what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Welcome back. Appreciate you guys. Smash the like button if you enjoy the content. Check out the link down below for FAIRDESK and FAIRDESK if you're an experienced trader. Let's get into kind of the analysis. I'll start up with the analysis right now. And it's interesting because, the first thing that we want to look at here is, we have kind of a triple bottom, almost a reverse head and shoulders type thing. If you are to break up from that, I mean, a little bit subjective, but neckline could be around there. You potentially could get back to around 30K potentially. Now, 30K is going to be a big, obviously a psychological area. Probably a lot of fear yesterday. A lot of people bought up the fear, and we did rise a bit. You do have the daily bullish div, gap to RSIs, potentially bring you up a little bit more here. So it does seem like the short term, especially this money flow in the 6 hour, that might bring us up a bit more as well. It does seem like in the short term that we could come up a bit more here. That's what I'm kind of looking at. And then, you may get that bear div pretty soon off of this area, that 22-minute bear div. That could bring you down a little bit in the short term. That could absolutely bring you down a little bit in the short term, 15-minute as well. However, that may not be a bearish div, 16-minute, excuse me. May not be a bearish div. I'm not seeing anything too bad for the short term. Next day or so, maybe this week, we generally kind of stay a little bit more bullish. And then potentially you start to kind of play out more bearish. Now, what we want to look at here, let's look at some of the higher time frames. Go to a clean chart. 2 week confirms in 5 days. Maybe that kind of ends the fun when that confirms, when the 2 week confirms here. 3 week as well. So, yeah, that one. And then this VWAP particularly going down right here. VWAP going down now. Right now, it's mainly just swing shorts and kind of short-term long. Gave that kind of a shot. If you want more information on that, check out the Aldo Empire VIP Discord, link down below. We're going to be doing a raffle giveaway soon in there as well for all the members, so check that out if you guys are interested. Me and two other pro analysts. So yeah, I mean, ultimately short term, and then this is the big area. This big, support and resistance point, 30.3. Maybe one last touch of that potentially. I mean, obviously anything can happen. We can jump up, go higher. There's certain people talking about going way higher with 50K, 40K. I don't think that's going to happen, but anything is possible. Anything is possible in this game. Don't make any claim to know. I don't make any claim to know what's going to happen. Now, Ethereum as well. 2 week confirms in 5 days. Red dot confirms in 5 days. I think the main accumulation phase for Ethereum is going to kind of start as you get into the red on the 2 week, probably later this month, early September. And that's going to be start of the major kind of DCA period for Ethereum to get in at some good numbers. And, that 8-month DCA period, it's going to be probably just a nice gradual incline upward. If you are DCAing. Like once you get past kind of the happening. And once you get past kind of early next year, that's where I think you're going to kind of get there. So, yeah. That's mainly the thing that I'm looking at that point. And then, short term on ETH. Let's look at the ETH chart a little bit. ETH chart here. Short term ETH hitting that pretty big point, but money flow on your 30. It's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad in terms of money flow. It doesn't look like you're going to see a pullback here, not significantly. That 22. I mean, you got money flow coming out. You may see a little bit of a pullback, but nothing looks too bad just yet. And especially if you look at kind of some of these lower time frames, you got the green dot in the daily, gap to RSIs, bull div on the 20-hour, 10-hour bull div, money flow coming up. So nothing looks too bad. It looks like price wants to come up potentially a little bit higher. But after that, and ETH keeps bleeding against Bitcoin. So this is the thing we got to keep in mind. It looks like we want to continue to bleed here on this 2 week ETH versus Bitcoin. Red Heiken-Ashi candle printing on the weekly. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, money flow coming out here. That's kind of the area I think we may get into. The area like kind of, that last kind of downward trajectory, which I could potentially see us doing something of this nature. If you go ETH, Bitcoin, yeah. I don't know if we're going that low, but it would be nice if it's quick. September is your real bloodbath. August, September is your real bloodbath for ETH versus Bitcoin. You come down that quite a bit, and then you see that kind of altcoin, dump blood diamond on the weekly, 30% downward for total 2, maybe total 3 goes 40 to 50% downward, maybe just 40. Again, guys, for all the altcoins that survive, for that don't go to zero, that make it, I'm not seeing anything more than a 50% correction. Could be much better than that, though. But that's ultimately what I'm looking at for a lot of, for worst case scenario for some of these altcoins. Curious about, I don't know why I even have Doge up here, but 50% down, 4 cents, maybe one lower low. Doge could almost be in somewhat of a Wyckoff where you got that first drop, second drop, and then maybe that third drop a little bit lower towards the end of the year. I don't know. But that's what I'm kind of looking at on Dogecoin right here. That weekly could give you the blood diamond. That could be your last kind of drawdown into September, October, something like that, potentially. So I think alts are still risky business. I think Bitcoin dominance still has a good shot at coming up. We confirmed that trigger wave on the 3-day. Let's look at the 4-day. 4-day VWAP coming up, weekly coming up with a VWAP. It looks like you're going to get at least to the mid-50s here, and that's going to be the time to get into alts. So it's just that patience game. Probably just another month, guys. Probably just another month. And the reason why it might be just another month is a lot of these guys, well, Doge has a green dot on the monthly, but HBAR here has a wrong one. HBAR has the bull div on the monthly. When does that confirm? 23 days. That doesn't mean go all in right now, but when it does confirm, is probably the DCA period for maybe that 8 months or whatever. So yeah, what happens if ARK ETF gets approved? I don't know, Red Monster. I don't know what happens. Maybe that's a catalyst. You jump up to 30K, low 30s again, then you roll over. Maybe you get some volatility. I don't know. I do not know. It's a good question. Well, I've been swing short on Bitcoin for a while. I got to check if that was stopped out in profit. I was on the ETH swing short. That's still in, doing not bad. So yeah, appreciate you, William. What's up, Devon? But yeah, ultimately here, guys, let's just look at precious metals. Silver, head and shoulders, could come down a bit more here. I think inevitably you are going to come up with this, but it could come down with traditional markets a bit. And traditional markets right now are dying, and well, not dying, but they're correcting. Which you came straight up, easy come up, maybe easy go down. Nothing looks too good on the Nasdaq right now. Nothing looks too good on the Nasdaq. Red dots galore. Monthly, you may get VWAP coming down there. I want to look at the 3-week on this. Does look like you'll see a correction downward, probably into later this year. Maybe even into early next year. Then you'll probably see some more strength coming into the election. That's what it's kind of looking like for traditional markets. S&P 500, I think Bitcoin will hit its second bottom, hit its higher low before these kind of hit their, local bottoms or whatever, their 2024 lows or whatever. That's what I'm kind of looking at. But these could see a, significant kind of drop down. A easy come up, maybe easy go down right back to 400 or something for the S&P 500. That's kind of what volatility is crazy. Well, the movement could be crazy. And then what we want to look at too right now is obviously total 3 minus tether, blood diamond on the weekly. That's an error. I don't think it's going to be this bad. I don't think it's going to be that crazy bad. But total 3 versus Bitcoin, I could see potentially, 40%. Now, what could we do here? Let's draw a little, let's just do a traditional, kind of TA or whatever, triangle from your, kind of top to bottom area there. When you break downward, yeah, it's a pretty big, decline. Let's just see what that is from where we are right now. Oof. Well, 45. So, it's not impossible. Especially if Ethereum bleeds. Yeah, ETH could even bleed that much. So yeah, a lot of these could bleed that much. I almost don't think it'll go down that much, but man, it could. I mean, we could be a little bit more conservative with this. Yeah. But most likely, 200 billion, right here, maybe 200 billion. Again, a lot of roads point to October, September, October. Maybe the motto, wake me up when September ends. That could be it for getting into altcoins. But I think the DCA strategy from September to April or September to March is probably the best way to go about it. You got to be diversified. You got to be diversified. I wanted to look at Crow. We were talking about in the Because Bitcoin, Twitter space a little while ago, very recently today. We were talking about how exchange tokens probably will do very well in the next bull run. And I think they will for obviously the ones that survive. This could be a good buy. I mean, can this go lower? Can this go down to, I don't know, a little bit lower here? I want to find an exchange that had more data. BitREX, BitTrex. Yeah, 2 week. Not sure if I really like that 2 week right there. But, can it go down a little bit lower? Sure. But I think in the grand scheme of things, that DCA period, when you're starting maybe that monthly green dot here, starting come September, I think you're going to do very well. Now, if we could even, who knows if you're going to get back up to all-time highs, but if we could even get here, I mean, that's 600%. That's not bad. That's not bad. BNB, I think, is going to see more of a reckoning. I mean, this could bleed another, I don't know, this could go down another 40-something% or more. Potentially, if you break downward, maybe CZ has something up its sleeve, but it doesn't, not looking extremely promising. Not looking extremely promising. Short term, I can see a more of a jump up. Could absolutely see that combined with Bitcoin. That kind of area right there. Kind of feel like we could come up a bit more here, but we'll have to see. Nothing looks too bad yet, guys. Nothing looks too bad yet. So it does look a bit not bad. What's up, Miguel? Appreciate you. 4 or 5 cents for Doge, yeah. What's up, Burton Stone? Oh man. Where did you go on vacation? Yeah, ready to DC. Yeah, you got that. You might work well. Obviously, I can't predict. I don't know 100%, but that's what I think. If history repeats here, that's what everything's looking like. That September to, I mean, you could wait till October to start DCing into alts. I don't think that's a bad idea either. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of potentially looking at. And then that's the main kind of things. I want to spend a little bit more time looking at, like, traditional markets, because those have been moving downward. Let's look at the triple Q here. Yeah, I mean, that monthly, you may get from there bear div relatively soon there. That's kind of coming down. Money flow, nothing looks good here. Continuation downward, I would say. And I would say the same thing on the macro for Bitcoin. Continuation downward for probably a lot of the rest of this year. It just depends how quickly it happens. Maybe we see a big drop down quickly, similar to 2015 for Bitcoin, August of 2015 for Bitcoin, or maybe it's more gradual, like 2019. I don't know. Hard to say. I wish it was easier to kind of predict that. It's not, but yeah. If we look at, let's take a look at like some of these guys. Yeah, I mean, short term, I do think you got a little bit of a jump. But yeah, 40% for a lot of these alts potentially. I'm kind of guessing. Chainlink we've looked at yesterday. And then, okay, this is hanging around that point of control right there. Gapped RSIs. Yeah. Let's look at Sol. So, I mean, you may get the red dot there. Short term, I think this market can come up. Short term, I think this market can come up. But after that, I think you're going to see more of that decline. We'll see, though. I mean, when did these 5 days to confirm the blood diamond and total 3? We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, 5 days for all these. What's up, Ellen? That was Bitcoin dominance. Apple we should look at. I mean, they're going to come out with the new iPhone next month. Doesn't look good at all right here. I mean, the 2-week bear div. I mean, pretty fierce rejection off of that close to 200 area. That could be it for a while. That could be it for a while. Buffett holding a lot of cash. Berkshire Hathaway holding a lot of cash. I think they still have like 46% is Apple, but they do have a lot of cash. So yeah, don't we usually have a major correction after happening? I believe it's before, but yeah, I believe it's before happening and then after happening. It depends. I think 2015 was different, or 2016 was different than last time. 32K, it's possible. It's possible. I kind of think you hit your local high here, but it's possible, especially with this trigger wave. I mean, we haven't seen. Let's see how that one did. Yeah, it's like that. I mean, you could come up a bit higher here. I wanted to look at like Solana versus Bitcoin right here. So yeah, it looks like the normal Solana chart right there, and then back down. It did jump up a lot against Bitcoin. Yeah, 45. Wow. I mean, that's a nice double bottom there. And you did have the bull div. Could be bottomed out against Bitcoin. Could be bottomed out against Bitcoin. Short term doesn't even look too bad either. Solana might be there. I mean, that trigger wave on the weekly could bring you to one more low, potentially, or back to these areas. Yeah. Because if you were to come, yeah, that's a 35. I mean, he could come lower. Who knows? Maybe down to these areas. Possible. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Burton. Whitewater rafting. Wyoming. Wow. That must have been nice, man. Yeah, Wyoming, especially Yellowstone. Yellowstone is beautiful. I've been there. It's beautiful out there, all those places. Yeah. What's up, NBF? That's not. Let's look at the real short term for the. Yeah. So real short term, I think for all markets is pretty bullish. You got the. This is pretty. I mean, if you guys know options, I mean, this is probably a pretty good setup for some SPY options, or something of this nature. A trade like this probably wouldn't do half bad here. I mean, something like that. Good risk reward ratio. I mean, not a terrible risk reward. I mean, even up to here, not bad. Something of that nature. Yeah. Probably going to get up a bit more with those yellow X's. So short term, I would say short term pretty bullish on all these markets, on Bitcoin, traditional markets for the next, I don't know, a couple of days, maybe next week. But after that, it seems like reality kind of hits and we come down some. Looks like we're kind of breaking upward. I think you're going to hit probably this volume area low. That could be a top because that's old volume area low. Like, I don't know if you're necessarily going to get much above there. So yeah. Yeah, guys. And by the way, check out the Aldo Empire VIP Discord for some trade setups, exclusive TA trade signals by me and 2 other pro analysts, CBZ and Atlanticor. I'm going to have them on. KMAC as well. I'm going to have them on or CBZ and Atlanticor. I'm going to have on Thursday. So yeah. look at some of the big boys. Amazon. Yeah, I think that you'll probably break upward, mess around with 150 or something for this guy. And then that's probably it for Amazon. That's kind of my guess here. Does look pretty overheated. That 10 hour does not look good. I probably don't even think it's worth the hassle. But yeah. That was Amazon. How about Microsoft? I haven't looked at that in a minute. That's a nice double top right there. Yeah, that's a textbook bear div right there, man. That looks like a good short. I mean, it don't get much better than that on the macro. I mean, that's probably going to bring you back down to there at least, I would guess. I mean, looks pretty based for a nice correction. I mean, you had all that fear of recession here, December, January, then you just got up, you liquidated everybody, and then stopped at everybody, and then, yeah. That's what I would guess here. NVIDIA as well. I mean, a lot of the ones that made new highs, I mean, that 2 week, I mean, it doesn't get much more, you know, it doesn't get much more bearish than that. PayPal, it seems like they're, you know, with their CBDC thing or whatever. This one, just because it's down so much, could be kind of a unicorn and break upward. This descending wedge, maybe. I wouldn't bet too much on it, especially with that blood diamond. But, you know, they're kind of giving into the CBDC, all that. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if they have a nice jump up. I mean, yeah. Curious about, like, some of the... Or let's look at Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Yeah, so this is, like, kind of different than... I mean, that 2 week, not good at all. I mean, fear there, you jumped up, but it's probably going to start to play out and come back down to, I would guess, these areas. I mean, short term, 180. Tesla kind of follows its own, you know, its own trajectory here, but yeah, I would guess downward. I mean, you're almost forming like a kind of head and shoulders or something here. I mean, let's just see. Where's your neckline? Right there. Yeah, 150 I think is a good. I mean, that's a big correction too. Let's see. The Tesla's volatile, yeah. I think it potentially could come down to that area. What is that crypto near? A lot of people like to talk about, yeah. Yellow X. I mean, that next, you know, bull div might have been the bottom. That bull div, I would probably wait for the monthly green dot or whatever, you know. Again, I mean, some of these can go down more. You know, 30 to 50% down more for some of them. Yellow X on the weekly, I mean, I don't know if it's going to just start outperforming Bitcoin. I think the main thing to do is just give it another month here, give it until at least September, and then follow the DCA strategy. That's what my main viewpoint kind of is. So yeah. And then if we look at, what was the one everybody talked about? There's a treasury bond. I think the view on this is you wait till the kind of the Fed pivots and then you get in. I'd say the next monthly, that monthly green dot, or next kind of 2 week, you know, weekly is probably the good place to look. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that could be. I forget how these work, but I'm not in treasuries or bonds, but that could be a good trajectory upward. Although typically in these environments, I think gold and silver will outperform it, but depends. Hard to say. Kind of hard to say. Let's look at like some of the other EVs. Yeah, you got Lucid there. You got money flow starting. I mean, there's some views of potentially bottom 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I don't know if this. I think it'll kind of consolidate for something like that, and then kind of come up. I think long term, this is not a bad buy. I mean, if you're betting this succeeds, $12 billion market cap, that's small. I'm curious about Robinhood. Some of these smaller ones, yeah. That's kind of coming back down there. Maybe back to that kind of, it just needs more time to consolidate. 1, 2, 3, yeah. A $9 billion market cap for this. Could long term, I mean, probably not the worst buy. Let's see here. Let's see. Man. Let's look at something like the leverage. This is like 3x for, yeah. I mean, I think you're going to come back down to these areas. T triple Q. I think you're going to get a pretty decent correction here. Bought the fear, came up, and then, yeah. I think you're ready to kind of come down. And Bitcoin is pumping up a bit more. So my long is doing well. Did have a long that was called out earlier. So yeah. And let's see here. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. Curious to what you guys want to look at now. The other thing too that could bring these markets down. The other thing too is oil. Our buddy oil is breaking out of his ascending wedge. You have a technical target. Where's our technical target? All the way up here at $83. That's going to bring CPI up probably. It's a consumer good. Trigger wave on the monthly. Looks like you could come up more. That could make the Fed sound more hawkish. What else could make the Fed sound more hawkish? Cattle. That's still kind of coming up here. Not too many significant signs of slowing down other than some red dots in the monthly and 3-week, but money flow is still not bad. Seems like this wants to come up even higher, maybe up to 200, who knows. Dollar versus Bitcoin. I think dollar will outperform it for probably most likely overall for the second half of this year. So yeah, next few months. But after that, I think Bitcoin's going to start to do well again. DXY. Interesting contender. About to get a monthly trigger wave. Weekly bull div confirmed. 3-week. About to get a green dot. Looks like you may have some continued, resilience as traditional markets kind of come down, and you could see this jump up a bit more. You absolutely could see this jump up a bit more. Nice jump off of, 100 right there. So we looked at Dogecoin. Tough to predict. I think it could dump another 40 to 50%. Chainlink, we'll look at Uni. Crypto Bullzone's been doing some good trades with Uni lately in the Aldo Empire Discord. Again, check it out if you guys are interested. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, if you want 1 free month in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord, either sign up to FAIRDESK or FAIRDESK down below with my link. Deposit at least $200 and open a ticket in the free Discord. It's just one Discord server, but there's premium channels you'll see. And open a ticket or shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID once you deposit, and I'll give you 1 free month. So check that out if you guys are interested. Uniswap right now, man, this looks almost like Cosmos a little bit. I think you could come down another 40 to 50%, like a lot of the other kind of altcoins. I think you got a good shot of surviving. Uniswap has a good shot of surviving, I think. Short term, I would be a little bit more bullish, but I do think this trigger wave, let's look at here. Let's take a look at this area. I do think this trigger wave could bring you down. It may take until November, but I think you could get down maybe a triple bottom, a third low here on Uniswap. And then you're kind of home free after that. Now, if you were to get in here, an average buy-in at $4 or something, it's not a bad trajectory upward. Not a bad trajectory upward. Let's look at Shiba. People like to talk about Shiba. Yeah, I made that low, and now you're coming up a bit. Short term, not looking terrible. Short term, not looking terrible like everything else. 3-week green dot. Yeah, I mean, this looks better in a lot of other things. I'm not the biggest fan of meme coins, but it looks better in a lot of other things, and I think it may be able to come up a bit more, maybe up to this area or up here. I'm not even going to try to say the number, but it could have another, 30, 20, maybe 20 to 40% jump up, and then I think you'll kind of roll over. Meme coins do their own thing sometimes. Am I going to mess around with Shiba? Nah, I don't really like Shiba. We can look at this other guy. People are talking about this too. Potentially getting some relief here. Yeah, short term. Looks good. You may have another week of fun. I think, crypto market in general could have another week of fun here. You're jumping up even more right now. Nice. Yeah. Meme coins are dead sailors. Yeah. Look, I mean, next week or so, I think we could have some fun with some of the meme coins, Shiba or whatever. That's always what happens. But I think in the grand scheme of things, these blood diamonds will play out. In total 2 and total 3, these blood diamonds will play out. Total 3 will bleed more against Bitcoin, as it did in 2019. I think we're going to repeat what we've repeated in 2019 and even 2015 in terms of kind of coming down on the macro. If we go back to, I want to go back to 2015 here, look at this trajectory downward. This was a quick rip off of the Band-Aid. It's almost too good. It would be nice if we dump down that quickly, which we might, how traditional markets look. If traditional markets could come down, yeah, I do think that's possible. So yeah. What's up, Eric? Yeah, did have a good call on the Bitcoin long this morning. Can't show you guys the trade because it wouldn't be fair to the people paying. But yeah, check out the Discord if you guys are interested. Also, guys, if you want to learn some of my techniques and all that, check out my course. A lot of people really like my course. Link down below, 20% off discount code right now. And if you are in the Discord, there's a 30% discount code. I'll give it to you guys freebie for today, 30% off. Just use the discount code Discord30 on evanaldo.com. Again, it's discount code Discord30. Won't be doing that one forever, so check that out. A lot of people really like the course. Metis is quite, I'd like to see if it has any fundamental better than Matic. OPARB is a very low cap coin. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Metis. We could look at it, sure. Is Metis the one that's like, okay, no, it's not what I was thinking about. Could be some weird Wyckoff 1, 2. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's kind of all or nothing here. I mean, if this isn't the bottom for this, you're going to kind of probably go to 0 or whatever. We'll see what happens. It may be a good gamble. I'd probably wait till September, though. Let's look at Matic a little bit. So Matic's been, heading downward. You got the Yellux and the weekly. Short term, like I said, guys, short term, I think we're going to go up. For a lot of these, we may have another week of fun into the end of this week. What day is it? It's Tuesday, yeah. I think you could go down, for a lot of these between, probably 25, 30%, all the way down to maybe even 50% for a lot of these. Let's look at OP. OP is a newer one. Yeah, I could see why people like this. So, yeah, I think that's when it did come out. Probably did it come out in June? They released it at a pretty good time there. I think it can do well. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. I'm not an expert on OP. Short term, you could probably even pump up a little bit. This is interesting because you probably could hit this traffic stop at $2. Probably a risky play, but it could be a good long. However, you could easily reject from this area. This is kind of an island. It's kind of doing its own thing compared to the rest of the crypto market. If you come back, let's say you eventually correct, you do what a lot of the other cryptos do. You come down maybe 30 to 50% downward. Yeah, 50% is absolutely possible, 82 cents or something. Next bull run, I mean, the sky's the limit. I don't know. Could be a big jump up. I mean, can this go up to $7 or something? Sure, that could be a possibility. 10x is our pod, $10. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but yeah, I've heard the fundamentals are not bad, so it could do well. It is new. I mean, the thing too that gets, when I look at charts like Chainlink, somebody did ask me to look at Chainlink, and I look at charts like Chainlink, and if you could get an average buy-in around, let's say $4 or something, that's over a 10x to $50. That's over a 10x to the top here. That could be a good bet. Chainlink's a good project. Let's look at Algo. Algo, there's a lot of people like Algo. That area right there, that weekly, kind of a double bottom. Maybe you have another kind of drop down here, make a lower low, really scare everybody away. I don't know. It could be bottomed out. Who knows? I would say the lowest you can go without going to zero is probably 5 cents, 5, 6 cents here. Would I buy this now? No, I'd probably be waiting for the next monthly, green dot, start DCing in September. So yeah, if this goes back to all-time high, I mean, yeah, that's what people are looking at. 20x, high risk, high reward. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, I will be, and I'll post those alts when the time comes. I did have a preliminary list. I think I lost that list. It's posted in there somewhere, but I might change it around a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot on that list. It's a very, very diversified thing, but yeah. ETH is the main alt. ETH is the blue chip of alts. ETH's got the good shot of getting an 8 to 10x or whatever. So not a bad gamble right there. Phantom, yeah, that area. Yeah, I mean the thing that's wild too is like 50% or 30% is only down to there for these. So yeah. And I mean, if Bitcoin dominance goes higher, I can't really imagine, Phantom or some of Esoteric One that we've looked at so far, outperforming Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin's still the move at least until the next couple of weeks. So yeah. Now we're hitting, so this is more of a significant point. This is the start of where we might actually see a little bit of a pullback to the point we're hitting on Bitcoin right here, but I'm still not seeing anything too bad. Money flow crossovers, money flow coming up looks pretty good, but now we're hitting a real level where price may have an issue if you get what I'm saying. But it's still it still looks like you want to come up potentially a little bit higher. Daily's probably going to confirm. So yeah, Bitcoin is ripping, but now you're hitting a volume area low. So yeah, you might be hitting a somewhat of a golden pocket or something. Let's zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, you're hitting something there. That is not the strongest golden pocket, but next one would be around a little bit above 30. So could get a jump, up to 30 or something. But yeah. A lot of these too, I mean, don't be discouraged by potential 50% corrections with all these bullet diamonds. Don't be discouraged by it. This is ones a lot of people have liked. Good fundamentals and quaint. I'm trying to think what else there is. I mean, render we've looked at a lot. I think you're going to come down at least, I'm trying to think what. That's a 30%, probably low ones. 50% would be 70s. This one's weird though. I kind of don't think you're going to go back into that range. I think kind of your worst, what the worst we'll see is 85. I mean, it could go to 0, who knows, but 85 would be a good bet, I think, for render. How about Conflux? Conflux there. This is another one that went to the moon, and then yeah, I'm just looking at some of. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. This could go even lower. I'm not even gonna. I don't know too much about this one. What was that? Cadena. Cadena was one a lot of people have liked a while ago, but it's not. Yeah, not obviously not too promising. Is this down 99%? Almost. This could go to 0. Reevaluate this in a few months or something. We're cleansing the market. We're really cleansing the market, especially with this officially. I mean, Looks to me like this is done. Wasn't it delisted off of Uniswap? I mean, this looks like it completely went to zero now. I mean, you're down, what, 99% or something? 96 there, but from the true all-time high, you're down much more. So we've cleaned out Richard Hart from the space. He's kind of done, it looks like. I mean, unless he comes out with some other crypto. But yeah, Orca, like the whale. Is it a meme coin? I'm not going to comment on this. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Tethered dominance is interesting. Trigger wave on the weekly, though. It could go higher. It could go higher here. It could come up to these levels, 11% or something. Yeah. Solana descent. Okay. Don't know too much about that. I'm trying to think what else here. Let's look at, like, what was the BitGet coin? Yeah, this BGB. I'm just curious, like, how some of these exchange tokens have done. And there's a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, way up, you know, back here. But now you're starting to... Oh, that's when it came out? Or maybe that's when it was first listed. Oh, let's look at it here. More data, obviously, on the... Yeah, that's a thing. I mean, I can't imagine it just keeps around. It just keeps becoming that island and just keeps going, you know, to infinity. That's my guess. That 3-week red Heiken-Ashi doesn't look too good either. MEXC has their own as well. Yeah, the double top or whatever. It almost looks like you come higher here. I don't know. Maybe you come a little bit higher. Short term, I am pretty bullish on Bitcoin and in the market. Short term looks pretty good, guys. I mean, short term, I don't have a problem with the markets. Long, you know, macro next few months is where you kind of get into spicy stuff, hot water. But yeah. Ski chimney or gift resemble modified gift. Oh, that's a scam. I was like looking at that. That's a yeah, that's got to be a scam. Yeah, I just banned that person. That's like one of those. Yeah. Oh, it's like a already. Oh my golly, yeah. But short term. Oh, this could be a good trade short term. That's like a yeah. This could be something. A little something short term here. Double bottom, and then from that point to kind of the neckline, that could be good short. Oh yeah, something like this. Yeah, and a lot of the move is over. You could do it more like here, you know. That's a much better R&R ratio, something like that for XRP. Trade that breakout. But yeah. What do I think about AGIX? I think it's good. I was talking to T Shroom about it when he was on the channel the other day. AGIX. What's up, Believes? Oh, okay. Are you talking to Believes? I gotta have you on. We gotta do some type of collab, man. Shout out to Believes. Guys, check out Believes Crypto. Believes Crypto. Let me look at what you're talking about. Total, I think, right? Yeah, it's got to be total you're talking about. I don't have a problem with total for the short term for preliminary. I don't have a problem with what I'm looking at here. You might know something I don't, though. But I mean, long macro, I think we're going to come down. You know, macro, I think, 30% potentially, maybe even more. But very short term, I think we have a good shot of coming up, potentially more, especially that trigger wave on the 3-day. This looks a lot like Bitcoin, but yeah. It could be the top. Who knows? Maybe you know something I don't. Hey, let's look at AGIX again. Oh wait, we have it up here. I think it's too. Yeah, some of these are so new. I mean, tough to say, man. Like I think the main motto is just like wait till that Bitcoin dominance gets to like the mid 50s, and then give it a shot. This has some good fundamentals, but there's so many new ones, man, that are like in top market caps. That's just the crazy thing about crypto. I mean, you know, this could end up, you know, a lot of things could go down. I'd say out of things that survive, worst case scenario is a 50% correction out of things that survive. It doesn't have to go down that much. They could only go down maybe 20, 30 or something. But, you know, I do think that worst case scenario for things that survive is another 50% down. Now, in the grand scheme of things, 50% down ain't half bad for crypto. I mean, a lot of you guys are probably, a lot of people are down much more than 50%. Let's be real. So, yeah. ARB, that's another one a lot of people really like. You know, we'll have to see here. Definitely we'll have to see. 50% would be down to those points. Let's look at Ape coin. Ape, I've been talking about $1, like $1.20 or something. You know, $1 to another 30% potentially. I don't know. Ape, I'd rather mess with probably the mutants and stuff. Let's look at the NFT floor price thing. They're probably coming up. Yeah, they're getting a nice jump. Mutant Ape Yacht Club is getting a nice little jump here, which is kind of expected. That could be. I mean, I think potentially we could have bottomed against ETH. Do we bottom against Bitcoin and other things? Maybe not. Alt roads lead to September. That could be, you know, one of the mottos here. 6 ETH. That could be potential kind of resistance. What is Bitcoin doing at the moment? Are we jumping more? No, we're coming down a bit. So yeah. But let's see. Come on, load. Nothing looks too bad to me just yet. Like I think you got a little bit more gas left in the tank here. So yeah. D-Gods, yeah, these are kind of... I think too, like there's a lot of stuff in the... I mean, Tron, that's another one that's a kind of a island. This is this one. I know CryptoFace likes this because like the cheap transaction fees, which is kind of a big deal. And I think it's got a good shot at doing well in the next bull run. We'll have to see though. I mean, bear div on the... Or not exactly a bear div, but almost. Yeah, I think it can dump down a bit more, but yeah. Yeah. This really is this is a weird... I mean, it came out in that area, and then, yeah. So that was this is weird. I couldn't tell you, man. This is weird. Cardano. That weekly red dot that's going to confirm on a lot of things, that may end the fun. 30 is a big resistance point. Maybe you could come a little bit above it. You know, kind of here I could see a little bit more in the short term. And you're almost forming kind of a reverse head and shoulders. So, yeah, I mean, you could be choppy, then break up a little bit more. And then next week is kind of where we start to get more bearish. Could be more of that boring market. So, yeah. How about ETH right now? Yeah. ETH... No complaints, no major issues on the short term, except Is that a bear div? I think, yeah. Yeah, bear div, a money flow coming out. It's just a 6-minute, though. It's not really nothing too bad yet. I think you can get up to that area, potentially. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Marco. I mean, this blood diamond may not confirm either on total 3 or total 2. I think it will, though. Unless you do something really crazy. You'd have to come up way well above like 30, I feel like. I'm expecting us to get to the low 30s for Bitcoin. I'm expecting us to get to the low 30s, but yeah. I don't know after that. Because what would make the most sense here, I think, is if we zoom out, mess around with like low 30s, maybe that point of control. I mean, who knows? Maybe back to 30.8, get everybody excited. I mean, that's like a boring situation because you're just like freaking, you're not doing, you know what I mean? It's just so like, it's just so boring, just repeating the same thing, but sure, possible. Hard to buy AGIX. Yeah, I don't know much about AGIX. There's a lot of new ones. You know, that's the thing with crypto too. Like, there's ones that are new that, you know, have just blown up a little bit. And yeah, that's the thing too. It's tough to know which ones. More of the blue chip, you know, the ones that, you know, the higher market cap ones that a lot of people like that have been around a good amount, like Cosmos, Chainlink, Solana, you know, Cardano, Matic, AVAX, they have, you know, probably the best shots of, you know, doing what they've done in the last cycle, doing well. But, you know, I could see $6 is possible. This is probably not going to give it. Yeah, it's not going to give us anything. I'm trying to think how I'd want to. 33K, it's possible, man. Especially with that Bitcoin kind of dominant rally. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Let's see what's there. 32 would be. Let's go on. Yeah, that 32 area is bigger. 30. I feel like if you get above 33, you're probably gonna go to 34. The place people have talked about, that 34 kind of area. It could happen, sure, sure. We looked at render. Yeah, render's not like. Render's not really. I mean, I would say I had it on a different chart, but I would say you're probably going to go down to, you know, low ones at least. I mean, sure, you'll probably pump here in the short term, but probably end up at low ones, maybe down to like like 80 cents or something. We'll see. Again, guys, I don't make any. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you the exact future. I don't know, but I could just tell you will most likely happen based on history and all that. Trigger wave on the monthly pretty soon on Litecoin. That could really bring it down a bit more here, as history has done. Yeah, we could look at helium. Other thing too, guys, if you're just tuning in, check out the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. Me and 2 other pro analysts, a lot of trade signals, exclusive TA. I think it's going to help you guys out a lot. The Fed kind of does have a crystal ball, they might. But yeah, check that out if you want 1 free month. Sign up to either FAIRDESK or FAIRDESK with my link down below and deposit at least $200. I'll give you 1 free month in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord, so check that out. Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at was helium like relisted? What happened with this? Okay, that's better. Oh man. It's had a good jump up, some good curvature, yeah. Is it time to get into this? Maybe. Can it go to 0? Maybe. Can it dump down another 50%? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Could be one that I'll buy, you know, in September, towards the end. Also, guys, do have a trading course if you guys want to learn more about technical analysis, a lot of my strategies, all that. Link down below. Discount code down below as well. Giving everybody just in this stream the 30% discount code. Use the code Discord30. Get 30% off the trading course. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's pretty much it, guys. I think short term, we definitely have some more upward possibility. Don't have a crystal ball, but more upward possibility does seem pretty likely here. Money flow does not look bad in these lower time frames. Might be able to kind of break upward relatively soon. I'm sure you could come down a little bit more and then jump up more, but that's what I think. Could be wrong. Could absolutely be wrong here. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at there. Same with ETH, a bit more of a jump. We'll see how far that could go, but I think after that's done, I think once these kind of blood diamonds on like total, once this blood diamond total 3 kind of confirms, could be headed down 40-50% for total 3. So not the best thing. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoy. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. Check out the Discord as well.